contento di vedere tanti studenti anche questa volta su questo progetto che ci accomuna. Noi stiamo, come saprete, siamo partner di un progetto LIFE sull'eradicazione delle specie alloctone nel parco, in particolare dell'ailanto, e voi avete questo progetto, giusto, Comenius, del programma comunitario Comenius di...
Talking about the similar project, we are working with invasive species as European project, and the park is the similar topic, and it is called Life Plus, and it is based on the ailanthus specific tree, plants, and is very happy and honored to welcome you here. And I want to thank Dr. Fabio Modesti for his contribution and for his help in this partnership with this project. Thank you to you and to your assistant, your staff, Mrs. Chiara and Maria and all the participants, all the workers to this park. This morning we had a nice excursion in the national park, and we are a little bit tired, but it was a very impressive excursion.
Spero che sia una crescita comune di conoscenze e di esperienze per tutti quanti. Grazie.
Okay, he wished you enjoy this meeting and your staying here, and he wants to continue the collaboration with the park. Thank you very much.
And the headmaster.
Now our headmaster wants to say something to you.
Intanto ancora vi ringrazio di essere qui oggi, probabilmente abbiamo il ritorno dello scambio.
This is the feedback of our collaboration, our working. It's a feedback.
Anche, diciamo, tra l'altro in considerazione del fatto che forse avete cominciato a guardare la nostra terra.
Yes, for the first time you were in the Parco Nazionale National Park, and it is now you can share and you can consider and realize how interesting and nice was our landscape.
Ok, se ho ben capito, insomma, questa è la parte, o comunque la seconda parte di approfondimento scientifico. Ringrazio il dottor Modesti che non ho avuto modo neanche di salutare. Naturalmente il parco che ci ospita, e vi auguro buon approfondimento e buon lavoro.
Wish you happy staying here and have a nice work.
Thank you very much. Grazie.
Romek from Estonia, and he's talking about...
Yeah, he will introduce the project.
We are going to talk about the essence of the project, and Anita will share some impressions from Estonian visit from last year. The aim of the project. The purpose of our project is to raise the students' awareness of invasive species. Thanks to this project, we can help to maintain the variety of wildlife on planet Earth for next generations. It's an international project. By the cooperation between many schools worldwide, for example Estonia, Italy, Poland, Spain, Turkey, students can gain new knowledge about alien species and related problems. Why this kind of theme? Invasive species are defined as harmful alien species whose introduction or spread threatens the environment, the economy, and also human health. It is important to know how to deal with them and prevent the harm they may cause. The importance of fighting with alien species. Preventing the invading of new alien species is the best way to protect our environment. Invasive species damage the lands and waters that native plants and animals need to survive. They hurt economies and also threaten human well-being.
In October 2013, a meeting took place in Parco Gymnasium in Estonia. All members of the project gathered together and educational and cultural activities were organized. All the participants gained new information about nature and foreign cultures. We had different activities, starting from an introduction of our school, Parco Gymnasium. 10 participant students attended a lesson with the host. Teachers also had different activities.
Your attention on the images that I will try to show, because this probably is the most important part of my speech. So I know that you focus your project on many different species, alien species, not only plants. But as I am mainly interested in plants, I will talk you about invasive alien plants. I'm a researcher in the Institute of Sciences of Food Production. This means nothing for alien plants, but because I will show you, my main interest is managing weeds, managing plants, possibly by using microorganisms, so that together with the speech on invasive alien plants, I will give you some inputs, hopefully, for your future activities about how it's possible to manage invasive plants. So the first part of my talk will be why they are invasive plants, and one part will be directly connected with Ailanthus, which is one of our invasive plants. But the second part of this speech will be on the way, the biological methods is probably the most effective way to manage invasive plants in the natural environments. So this is just some inputs on that. I will invite you to move your chair so that you can follow better, not me, but the images. Can you hear me from the back? Besides those chatting and the other people. Okay. So first of all, to talk about an invasive plant, we need to define what is an invasive plant, why it is invasive, and what is a weed, basically. So why there are some plants that we want to grow, or we want that they are in one place, and there are some others that are unwanted. So it's diversity for the environment. But what's the real meaning of this? This is a list, a short list of all the different impacts that an invasive plant can have in the environment, human including. First can be, for example, this is not well considered possibility, but some of the invasive plants can be vectors for some pathogens. This is just an example. I will give you some shots of this. This is an invasive plant which can bring some, in this case it's not a pathogen, it's an insect that can attack citrus growers. So if this plant is spread in the environment, another strong impact is that can host some of the parasites that can attach citrus growers. So in this case, it's a very important side effect of this invasive
eradication of Ailanthus, and 31% are in favor and 69% are contrary. So what would you say to convince the students who are contrary to eradication?
I would ask first why 69% was against. But I say I can understand. There are some people that prefer to keep the environment as it is, but it's not the real situation that you are. If you keep everything like it is, this is acceptable if there is no humans, if there are no humans acting in this environment. If the environment has been disturbed by the humans, a good system is to try to improve, to restore this environment. Ailanthus is invasive for a number of reasons, and now I will see a brief presentation of that, because it has a strong impact on some. So,
natural, because after all, the moving of things, animals, people, part of the normal course of the events. What do you think about this?
well, some cases can be considered natural, but most of the human activities cannot be considered really natural. So even the introduction of a plant is not so natural. If this occurs by accident or because the wind has brought some seeds or something like this, is really natural events. But if humans introduce a plant in an environment, I'm not sure that this can be considered or accepted as natural. Human has a strong impact in the environment. So what we would like to have is a good way to manage lands and to manage plants, because I say that not all the plants are invasive, but those that are invasive are very invasive. And we want to control these plants. I show you that some plants are very nice in the garden in some places, but in some other places are not natural and are very aggressive and are a disaster for the environment. So all the philosophy, I would say, of this is that managing invasive species in general is good for managing our environment in a more general sense.
Environment and not the opposite.
Yeah.
Don't you think that humans were the first invasive alien species?
Yeah, humans were.
Yes.
Well, if yes and no, meaning that if human people behave in the environment as the other elements of the environment, they are not alien. I mean, alien is a relative meaning. It's not only something that comes from outside. Alien is something that can change the balance of the whole environment. From this point of view, humans are alien everywhere, because if you destroy, if you are not able to manage the environment.
We can see there are places, in these places we can see only rocks and stones. Don't you think Ailanthus can make these places more beautiful?
Good afternoon, my name is Francesca Casella. I work at CNR in the Institute of Science of Food Production, and I collaborate with Mr. Maurizio Burro. At the moment I work on this LIFE project titled Control and Eradication of the Invasive Alien Species Ailanthus altissima from the Alta Murgia National Park. The LIFE project, maybe I can answer the girl who asked how can we control invasive alien species if we don't have money. Luckily, the European Commission gives funds to preserve nature. So LIFE projects are the main European instrument for nature conservation. I will make a short presentation about Ailanthus altissima, which is a real threat to biodiversity. We will see together why. As for diffusion, we see Ailanthus is a very common, a very spread woody weeds in United States and all through Europe, all through European states. Ailanthus belongs to Simarubaceae family and has very big trees, 15 or 20 meters high. We can see some characteristics of flowers, of the bark and leaves. We see how big one leaf can be, just high 1.5 meters, and from the sides of the leaf we can understand how this plant can shadow the ground and how can shadow all the plants which grow under it.
It's very interesting. We studied a lot about Ailanthus, but this is a very, very interesting presentation.